What's good, YouTube? So welcome back to the channel. Now in this video, I'm going to aim to address probably what is you guys' top concerns in the markets right now, and that is, are the markets going to continue to move up given the moves that we've seen today? Or if I go out there and buy some stock, is it just going to sink the very next day and I'm going to add more to the bags I'm already holding? All right, so in this video, I'm going to talk about all of that stuff. But before I do, guys, last Friday over at the Discord, we were buying heavy into the markets, all right? We scooped up tons of Tesla, picked up 100 shares of Marvel, ticker symbol MRVL. Those are flying on the day, all right? So if you guys want to get in on the action, get in on the stock buys that I send over to the team over there, link is in the description below for you guys to join us. It's the beginning of the month, so that means it's the best time to join over at the Discord, all right? Now, I've been talking about this relief rally that is coming to the markets for the longest, guys. You already know, I told you, if we get some quality earnings, I'm expecting a push up in the markets. It makes all the sense. So given the fact that we've seen that move today, you guys have seen stocks up big, like Tesla up 10% on the day, right? Stocks are flying today. The question is this sustainable, or is the market just doing some wizardry on us and then we're just gonna do a U-turn back down to the downside and then all chaos after that, right? So there's a couple of things and a couple of reasons I want to tell you guys why I believe the market has put in a short-term bottom last week on Monday, right? You know, Monday last week, we had that very red day. I did a video for you guys about that, and I do believe that was a short-term bottom in the markets. There's a couple of reasons why. The first is, guys, 80% of the companies that have released their earnings have beaten estimates, okay? So we're going through a very successful earnings season right now. Look at the companies that have released their earnings. Tesla's done amazing, right? Apple's done good. Microsoft's done good. Can go on and on. MasterCard, Visa, American Express, IBM, tons of companies have beaten earnings. So it shows the businesses are doing well. What that does is it gives confidence to the markets, okay? So stocks like an Apple, stocks like a Microsoft help stabilize the markets, and I believe put in that short-term bottom. Now, we're still going through earnings season right now. It's a fun week of earnings. This week, we've got AMD coming up, Qualcomm, tons of companies. Nvidia's later on in the month, okay? So I expect these companies to do well and help continue that push, give that confidence to the market and continue that momentum, right? So that's a key point. 80% of the companies have already delivered their earnings, have beaten estimates, and I expect that to be a continued trend as we continue through this earnings season, giving a bit of a lift to these markets that are very much have been in the bearish mode. All right, now next up, guys, if we're looking at the oversold levels of these markets, massively oversold levels that we haven't seen since 2018. All right, last week clocked in levels we haven't seen since 2018, not even 2020 when the pandemic hit. 2018, years back, guys. So the markets don't just stay oversold like that. We have the buyers coming in full force to drive these markets back up once we start getting these indicators blaring, all right? So massively oversold in the markets has been the situation for the last couple of sessions. So it's about time that we see that push to the upside. Now, next thing, guys, if you guys just slap on your SPY, put on your 100-day, your 200-day moving average, these are key areas or key lines that the markets are looking at, okay? People are trading off that. A lot of activity is happening around that, and it shapes the sentiment as well. So when we see the SPY, like we did last week, fall below that 200-day moving average, guys, it puts the whole market in bear mode, lower sentiment. But what happens when we move up above that line, move up above that 200-day moving average, increases the sentiment, increases that confidence, and you get a lot more buying activity in the markets. And that's exactly what we've seen. We saw a close above the 200-day moving average on Friday's session last week. So it's no surprise, guys, we had a lot of people buying into the markets after that and pushed the market up, because everybody is looking for the bottom in the markets to make money, okay? The traders in the cubicles are looking for the bottom. I'm looking for the bottom in the markets, guys. You're looking for the bottom in the markets. Your grandma's looking for the bottom in the markets, because everyone knows you can make a lot of money as the markets move to the upside. So given the fact that we've seen that key move above that 200-day moving average, I can expect that we could continue to see a little bit of positivity in the short term in these markets, right? It's natural, it makes sense, that's what the markets do. A push potentially from the 200 up to the 100, a retest of that 100-day moving average. That is what happens in these markets, and that is my expectation, guys. And the next thing is, we had a key Fed meeting last week. That's out of the way now. The next Fed meeting isn't for some time, and we know the market, that is the main event that the market is fixated on, okay? Goes beyond the economic data, the payroll data, goes beyond the inflation data, the retail sales data. Is the Fed minutes, what they say, that is what has a upwards or downwards effect on the market, and that is out of the way for the meantime, right? So there's a lot of indicators, a lot of things going on in the markets that tell me that the market is ready for a short-term relief rally. Okay, so that is my expectation. So how do you go about navigating a market like this? Do you buy all the stocks in the market? What do you guys do? So I'll let you guys know, today in the markets, I didn't buy anything, okay? The reason why is because when you see these pushes in the markets, everything is now up 5, 6, 10% higher than it was on Friday's session, okay? And I do believe this is more of a short-term push we are seeing in the markets. There's still headwinds, there's hurdles the market still has to get over, there's other things that we haven't even accounted for that is going to blindside the markets this year, okay? Like if you guys remember the Evergrande situation that came out of nowhere last year in the markets, we are going to get those types of events coming into the picture, causing volatility to the downside in these markets. So you got to be disciplined with what you're buying out there in the market. So given the fact that I'm experienced in this game, guys, and I know that FOMO, if you guys FOMO into these types of stocks, if you feel like you're missing out and you see prices running up and you buy high, it's going to come back to haunt you guys. So just be mindful of that, okay? So I didn't buy anything in the markets. If we do get these red days and we see prices come down, they could be good buying opportunities, because the market is still on the low side right now. We have gone through many weeks of pressure to the downside in these markets. Now I'm gonna let you guys know what is uncomfortable about these markets right now, and that is the fact that, let me just pause this, guys. All right, let me let you guys know what is uncomfortable in these markets right now, and that is the fact that we're seeing everything move up. Things that don't even deserve to move up on the day. Take something like a Peloton, for example. That was up like 7% on the day, but they came out with news saying that they're slashing, or there've been some news about them slashing their retail sales apparel forecast for 2022. That's not good news. There's no positive in that at all, guys. Yet that stock was up 7% on the day. So what does that tell me? It tells me that yes, even though we have Microsoft, we have Apple that have delivered good earnings, and that has helped stabilize the markets and helped it push to the upside and generate some confidence, we're also in a market which is moving based on emotions. So we've seen a lot of pressure to the downside based on emotions. Now in today's market, we've seen some upside based on emotions, okay? So something like Peloton did not deserve to move up in the market. So that means at some point in time, there's gonna be that corrective move, and we're gonna see that stock price come back down to its rightful level, okay? So it's not just that stock in the market, that's just one I've singled out. There's other stocks in the market that did not deserve to move up today, but they did. So you guys are gonna be mindful, be strategic, be selective with what you guys are picking up out there, okay? So that's my expectation. I do expect a short-term relief rally in these markets. That doesn't mean we just go zoom straight up to the sky, okay? That means that along the journey, if you are gonna get some green pushes, you are gonna get some selling pressure along the way, but I do think the market is ready for a relief rally, a short-term push to the upside. Now, question is, how long does this last, right? I know that's something that you guys wanna know. How long is this, if we do go through this relief rally, how long is it gonna last, okay? So, I believe the relief rally lasts through earnings, if it is to take place. This is because we got a lot of companies that are going to deliver upside surprises, going to continue to deliver some good results. So over the next couple of weeks, that could help give a little bit of a push, give some momentum to the markets. That's my expectation. Now, once we close out of earnings season, there's not so much the market can then get excited by it. And that's what we often see. We often see after we exit this earnings season, then you start getting profit taking, selling in the markets, because there's nothing really to excite and invigorate and get the markets going, okay? So that is my expectation. It would last until earnings season. And then after that, there'll be a new dynamic in the markets and something that will then play out, right? So that's what I've got for you in this one. If you guys want to check out the Discord, get in on the action, make some money in the markets, link is in the description below. I'll catch you guys on the next one.